to CCW, Carolina Championship Wrestling, and Tony Hunter. It's Starrcade, and it's Starrcade brought back. And it's something that all of the fans here in Carolina's wanted to see, and I want to see. But I'll tell you what, there's some people that are going to try to sabotage it. And I'm not kidding one bit. Just thinking about it a little bit. Who's trying to sabotage it? Dustin Rhodes. Who's trying to sabotage it? Mick Foley. Who's trying to sabotage it? Jerry Lawler. They're trying to destroy this company. Every one of them belongs to Vince McMahon. Think about that. They're his boys, and the only thing that Vince wants to do is dominate the CCW over my dead body.
Well, Dustin Rhodes has taken exception to all the bad things that Terry Funk has said about Dustin's father, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Let's go up to the ring.
Some of you may already know, I've been traveling up and down all across the country the past few years doing what we call independent wrestling shows. Tonight, right here in Spartanburg, South Carolina, will be my last independent show for at least several years, who knows, maybe forever. But I want to tell you what an honor it is not only to finish up at a show like this, but to do it with guys like Dustin Rhodes, and Terry Funk in the same ring. So guys, I want to thank you. I know we're having a hell of a match, and Funker, thank you. Do you think that I don't know what's going on down here? You stupid fans, use your brain. This is the CCW. You know Carolina Championship Wrestling? Well, look at what I'm wrestling over here. I'm wrestling an idiot whose daddy is up there for Vince McMahon, being paid by Vince McMahon. He has his nose up Vince McMahon's butt.
This is what I was talking about, Jimmy Hart.
And Vince McMahon has his nose up your old man's butt. And I'll tell you,
something sounds stinky.
He ain't smelling what the Rock's been cooking either.
Woo. I think we've heated this thing up just a bit more.
Sitting here, not only with the Roses that are tied into Vince McMahon, we have Jerry Lawler that's tied into Vince McMahon, and now we have an asshole that's making more money than me as a referee that's tied into Vince McMahon. Don't you people see it? Don't you people see? Don't you people see what's going to happen to a great organization? Don't you see what's going on? Here they come, and they're going to cut Tony Hunter's head off. They're going to try to kill this organization, and that's no shit. That's no bullshit. That is a bottom line, and I know what the hell you're doing, and these people know what you're doing. You fat, satchel-ass baboon, I never did like you, and I damn sure don't like you now.
Whoa, some pretty hefty words aimed at Mick Foley by Terry Funk.
Why don't you say what you mean?
If you believe me, say yes!
Sometimes sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Very true. And why would he just be so nasty to someone he's wrestled with 100 times?
In 10 years, it's been my last independent show, refereeing a hell of a match, in which I'd call that match right down the line. But now, I get the feeling the fans here in South Carolina don't want to see me just count to 3 and say, break on 5. I get the feeling the fans in South Carolina wouldn't mind seeing me getting physically involved.
That's a resounding yes.
If it was just me, all right, maybe that's an even match. But I didn't come to Spartanburg alone. Because if you step out of line, you have to take on not only the hardcore legend, Mick Foley, but his little friend, Mr.
Sacco is in the house, Jimmy Hart.
I knew it. The promoter bought a ticket for Mick Foley and Mr. Sacco.
That is true. Half fair, though, for Sacco. Sacco looks ready to get into action right now, doesn't he?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to tell you something, Mick Foley. I've been in the wrestling business 40 years. And I ain't selling no goddamn sock tonight or any other night.
Uh-oh. You really... Oh, Dustin Rhodes taking advantage of the situation now. And you know, Mick Foley, he's going to try and be a fair referee anyway. Dustin Rhodes now on the ring floor, battling Terry Funk, taking out all that venom that's been built up all these years about all the things that Terry Funk has said about Dustin's father, Dusty Rhodes.
Well, I told you this was going to wind up wild and crazy. It's on the, started on the floor, it's back in the ring now, but I don't know how long it's going to last in the ring.
You won't see wrestling in this match. You're going to see a brawl, Jimmy Hart.
You better believe it.
Dustin Rhodes with those chops to the chest of Terry Funk.
It's like he said, he's middle-aged crazy, baby.
Dustin with another chop, weakening, chopping down the tree that is known as Terry Funk, telling Funk, come on, daring him to hit back. Dustin with an uppercut.
Beautiful, beautiful fist.
Dustin Rhodes now kicking Terry Funk. And Mick Foley staying out of the action for right now.
Boy, if this keeps up like this, this is going to be a very short match.
Well, remember Terry Funk. He's been beaten down so low, but he always seems to get up.
Well, you know he does, baby. Tables, chairs, ladders, it doesn't really matter. He's been in the burning barbed wire matches. He's been over in Japan. He's been in the tack matches. I mean, this guy's gone through everything.
And Jimmy Hart, you know him oh so well. Dustin Rhodes now calling for the pile driver. Oh! Smashing the head of Terry Funk into the mat. 1, 2. I can't believe he was able to kick out.
It's going to take more than that, because you see, there's something about Terry Funk. No matter how much you hurt him, no matter how much you keep him down, no matter how much you kick him, he always still gets back up.
Terry Funk looks like he's suffering at the moment as Dustin Rhodes goes on pounding to the forehead of Terry Funk. Following up now, Dustin in the corner. What's he got around the neck of Terry Funk? I thought that was Mr. Sacco.
He's got something around his neck. You know, when Terry Funk's in a match, you know, he's going to use anything he can get his hands on.
Is that indeed a sock or a small towel? No, it looks like a small towel. Terry Funk now caught up in the ropes and falls to the ringside floor. Dustin Rhodes in true Texas wrestling style goes down after his man. You have two very tough Texans in this ring, Jimmy Hart.
You better believe it.
And in history, even before Memphis, there was always that tough Texas wrestling. Terry Funk's head now cut open.
Busted wide open once again, man. This guy, I'm telling you, this is going to be wild and crazy. We got to get ready to hobble out of here, I'm telling you.
Terry Funk, a bloody mess as Dustin Rhodes continues the attack in the crowd, smashing the head of Terry Funk into some of the ringside chairs. Terry Funk picking up a chair. And that caught Dustin Rhodes right on top of the head. I'll tell you something. Terry Funk could be losing so much blood, and it doesn't matter. He's always on the attack.
Well, you know, like I said before, you know, there's something about Terry Funk. He's middle-aged crazy. He's wild tonight. There's something really strange about him. All day today in the autograph sessions, you know, he acted a little strange toward the fans. And now with Mick Foley being in the ring, and he's just got this burning desire about the WWE that he just can't let go.
He's just so angry, screaming at Dustin Rhodes to get up, as the blood keeps flowing from the forehead of Terry Funk, who connects with a powerful chop, taking Dustin Rhodes down.
Terry Funk is busted wide open, brother.
But again, that doesn't stop him, Jim.
Well, nothing's going to stop him. Like I said, this guy is unbelievable. He's been through some of the most wildest and craziest matches up in the ECW, and especially over in Japan, that anybody's ever put their body through.
Now throwing Dustin Rhodes outside the ring onto the ringside floor, and Terry Funk quickly going out of the ring to follow up, and Mick Foley, the referee, has joined them at the ringside floor. Dusty Rhodes now catapulting Dustin Rhodes into the
audience.
I was going to say into the rail guardian, going into the audience.
He went over the rail. Now he's in with the fans, and the fans have got to be careful because Terry Funk really doesn't care.
Please stay back from the guardrails.
Security warning the fans to stay away as Terry Funk keeps pounding on Dustin Rhodes, and I think he wants to make Dustin Rhodes a bloody mess.
Terry Funk doesn't care. The promoter better get some extra security over there because they're going to need it before this match is over with.
Mick Foley trying to restore law and order, gets into the ring as Funk takes Dustin Rhodes and smashes his head into that steel ring post.
You know what? That's what's so crazy about
Wait a minute. Terry Funk's now going after Mick Foley.
The referee.
Pulling Foley out of the ring. Terry Funk has lost all sensibilities. Mick Foley now punching at the face of Terry Funk, taking Terry Funk and bashing his head into the railing.
You know, he's very lucky, Terry Funk, that Mick Foley is the referee, because Terry Funk grabbed him, doesn't really disqualify him.
The fans chanting for Foley to go out and take some more action against Terry Funk. In the meantime, Funk and Dustin Rhodes at ringside, battling furiously, trading fists, and Jimmy Hart, Dustin Rhodes is now cut on his forehead.
Man, I'll tell you, before this is going, this is really out of hand already. You know, we see some of the fans starting to really go back in the hallways to try to get away from this.
Dustin Rhodes now being ordered back into the ring by Mick Foley. Terry Funk trying to get to his feet, grabbing the bottom rope. Both of them bloody.
He's starting his count. Mick Foley is starting his count.
Wait a minute! Dustin Rhodes now punching Mick Foley, knocking him down. What was that all about?
This is unbelievable. This turned out to a three-way.
You now have two guys against each other, and neither of them want the referee in the ring.
Now they're both on Mick Foley.
We have lost total control here at this tribute to Starrcade in Spartanburg.
Look.
Little did Mick Foley know he was going to get called into action like this.
Well, you know what? Mick Foley can really stop it anytime he wants to. He better bring out Mr. Sacco, because it's 2 against 1.
And yes, Mr. Sacco could be the equalizer as Terry Funk uses a stunner on Dustin Rhodes, picking Dustin up. Again, another stunner.
I don't know who's fighting who. You've got man, Mick Foley.
Funk now going for the signature Funk specialty, the spinning toe hold. Weakening the legs of Dustin Rhodes, getting him ready for that spinning toe hold, Jimmy.
You better believe it. I can't believe this. You know, all of a sudden you got...
There it is! There it is, the spinning toe hold. Wait a minute. Jerry the King Lawler coming out from the dressing room with Renee. Jerry Lawler knocking out Terry Funk and Mick Foley. What is going on here?
Mick Foley's down, Terry Funk's down, Jerry Lawler looks like his knee got well all of a sudden. He's back in the ring.
Jerry Lawler and Dustin Rhodes both working on Terry Funk. Jerry Lawler with that fist drop.
Wow, this is unbelievable.
And now Dustin Rhodes locking a figure four leg lock on Terry Funk. Referee Mick Foley calling on the reserves, and that means Mr. Sacco. Lawler with another fist drop as he's chased around the ring, and Sacco winds up right on the kisser of Dustin Rhodes. Jerry Lawler now preparing to pile drive Terry Funk.
And
yes!
He did. He pile drived him. Terry Funk is out. He's bleeding. He's flat on his back. Mick Foley is dazed and confused. He doesn't know what to call.
We've got the referee. We've got both contestants down and out and bloody. We've got Jerry Lawler back. Let's listen in, Jimmy.
Yes.
Terry Funk, you old fossil. How does it feel to be laying flat on your back with your own stinking blood coming out of your head, huh? How does it feel, Funk? Let me tell you something. Do you think that I don't have friends, Terry Funk? Do you think that my friend Jimmy Hart didn't call me and tell me what you said about me on this 2-bit nickel and dime radio station, The Buzzard, here in town? You want to go on the radio and call me a pervert, you old fossil? You're just jealous because in your wildest dreams you couldn't get a lovely lady like this, pal. Now anytime you want some more of me, Terry Funk, all you gotta do is say the word, because it'll never be finished between you and I. Put your eye out once. You ever mess with me again or say my name anywhere again, and I'll finish the job. And Mick Foley, you want to come out here and brag about signing back with the WWE? You mess with me, pal, then you'll never make your first date. You understand that?
Jerry the King Lawler setting down the law here.
The King. Well, I had to tell the King the truth. I did a radio show with Terry Funk, and that's exactly what happened. The King's right.
I heard you say that.
Nobody talks about the King and gets by with it.
Unbelievable. Jerry the King Lawler coming out here and turning everything inside out.
Baby.
He is a hell of a man. Which is more than I can say for you.
Mick Foley taking one more shot at Terry Funk.
Man, this is everybody beat up Terry Funk day.
Terry, this fat son of a bitch just left you laying.
This may be Mick Foley's swan song in the Indies for a little while, but we have not seen the end of him and Terry Funk and Jerry Lawler.
I am so confused. This is the most craziest match I've ever been involved with in my life. Everybody was against everybody, and it wound up over something that I said. It happened on a radio show here yesterday for the radio show The Buzzard while we were doing an interview. Well, here it goes.
You want a piece of me? I'll be in Stamford, Connecticut.
Mick Foley leaving a forwarding address for Terry Funk.
Boy, this is going to be unbelievable.
Well, they say that anything can happen in professional wrestling.
And it did.
And we certainly just saw that just now.
with my hurt foot, I'm going to move out of the way over here in case Terry happens to see me over here. So please try to hide me.
He may take exception to that, Jimmy Hart.
He might.
Let's go up to the ring. Terry Funk has something to say here.
Yeah, all kidding aside, all kidding aside, no bullshit, straight down the line. CCW is facing a pretty serious damn deal right now, and if y'all can't see it, nobody can. And they're going to do their best. But by God, I think this group and these people in this part of the country has persevered. Every damn thing that nature could throw at them, they've persevered. A lot of different stuff, and I think they can persevere a bunch of crap coming down from New York and a bunch of Vince McMahon's extensions of his stupid, ignorant personality.